Should be working. Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yeah, it's Monday. Thanksgiving weekend. The Thanksgiving holidays. But I don't pay attention. I don't pay attention to Thanksgiving anyway. It's just another day to me. But anyway, look, and I'm still laughing at 343. Still laughing at for what they just pulled off. But anyway, look, video game news is real estate. You know, video game news, you know, it's all about relevancy, trying to stay relevant in today's time. So, you know, take Microsoft for instance. When Microsoft came out with Xbox, came out with a 733 megahertz system, right? With I think a 10 gig hard drive in it, right? But then they came through the door with Halo, right? So they brought their own games with the Xbox, and then they had like a demo. They had like a demo disc, like a little demo of other games that were coming, like Project Gotham, NFL Fever, Zurich, Fusion Frenzy, Blood Wake, Brute Force, and a whole slew of other games, right? So those games that Microsoft came through the door with, it kept them in the spotlight. It kept them relevant. It's not like they came through the door with the Xbox and then they got to build some, and now they got to turn around and build some games. They came through the door with the original Xbox, 733 megahertz, with Halo, and behind Halo there were some other games coming with it. So those games, it kept Microsoft in the spotlight. It made Xbox relevancy. It made Xbox relevant, and you were always talking about Xbox, trying to figure out what's going on with the Xbox and everything. And then Microsoft was always on the move. But anyway, you know, so when you come into this video game industry, you have to come through the door. When you come through the door, if you're gonna bring something out, if you're gonna bring a console out, you got to bring your own games with it. You got to bring your own games that you made for that console with it, right? Why do I bring this up? Take the Steam Deck. Take the Steam Deck right now. The Steam Deck was supposed to come out next month, December, right? End of the year. But now it's coming out in February because of the pandemic. But when Valve announced the Steam Deck, they say it can run 50. It has a library of 50,000 games, right? That's already on Steam. But the Steam Deck itself didn't have its own games, you know, like its own games that, you know, that you like. If you're gonna come into this game industry, you got to bring some games to show off the Steam Deck capability. So when they announced the Steam Deck, they didn't have any of their own games. Say like a Left 4 Dead, like Left 4 Dead 3, or a Half-Life 3, or any game that Valve makes, right? That when you buy the Steam Deck on day one, you can play those games along with the 50,000 other games that you have. So those games that you made specifically for the Steam Deck, it will keep you in the spotlight. It will keep you relevant, and then you can go on from there. When I get up in the mornings, I'm always looking for Steam Deck news to talk about. And the only thing I saw this morning was an article saying somebody was claiming that their PCs is more powerful than the Steam Deck. But come on, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that a PC will always be powerful than the Steam Deck. A PC will be more powerful than the PlayStation 5. A PC will be more powerful than the Xbox Series X. A PC will be more powerful than any console that's out. So, relevancy is important. And when you're in the video game market with a device, you're battling for real estate. So the Steam Deck doesn't come out till February. But every day that goes by is an opportunity missed. And you have to stay relevant in this game industry. And you got to have some games, not the 50,000 that you already have, but ones that you were working on, that was made specifically for the Steam Deck, so you can keep the Steam Deck in the spotlight and the Steam Deck can stay relevant. So every day that goes by with the Steam Deck, and every day that goes by, it counts. Every day that goes by means something. So every day that goes by now with the Steam Deck, you have to have something to talk about, to keep the Steam Deck relevant in the spotlight. Because I was on Google looking around for Steam Deck news to talk about, and the only thing I could find was this article where one person said their PC is more powerful than the Steam Deck, and that's it. But you don't have no gaming news to talk about any new games, and like a day goes by is an opportunity missed. So the Steam Deck right now is in a tough spot. It's fighting an uphill battle. Yes, it got 50,000 games in its library, but where are the games that you specifically make when you were building the Steam Deck? So on the day when you release it, those games will keep you in the spotlight. Where are those games at? And they're nowhere to be found. So this is the battle that Valve is facing right now. That it didn't have a Half-Life 3 or a Left 4 Dead 3 to show off with the Steam Deck, and that's a huge opportunity missed. So, the Steam Deck right now, it's in an uphill battle right now, trying to remain relevant in a pandemic era, where the pandemic has its grip on the world, and you need people to make people get sick. You need people to get things done, like to make devices and stuff like that. So a day goes by is an opportunity miss for the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck don't come out till February. But every day that goes by, you got to have something in the news. You got to have something in the news about the Steam Deck. And those games that you have that were specifically made for the Steam Deck, that means Xbox can't get it, PlayStation can't get it, Nintendo can't get it, and Sony can't get it. You need those games to keep you in the spotlight. And this is the battle that the Steam Deck is facing right now, because video game news is all about real estate. Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft are always battling for real estate when it comes to video games. It's always about real estate. And the Steam Deck now, you're coming out in February. You know what I'm saying? Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo have already claimed their stake in this game industry, and they have a foundation built. They have a foundation already. They got a foundation built. So you're coming out with this Steam Deck now, Valve, but you don't have your own games that you specifically made with the Steam Deck. So you're facing an uphill battle right now. You're facing an uphill battle, and Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo, they are always in the news. They're always in the news. But when you look around, Valve is bare. You can't find Valve in the news. So this is where Valve is hurting at right now, trying to maintain relevancy. Because if they would have had, say, Left 4 Dead 3, Half-Life 3 to go along with the Steam Deck, that would have meant something. They would maintain some relevancy. You know what I'm saying? They would be relevant. They would be relevant in the gaming news, and the Steam Deck will be always on people's mind. You know what I'm saying? Because of Half-Life 3 and Left 4 Dead and the games that Valve makes. But Portal 3 or Portal 2, those games would help Valve claim their stake in the game industry and maintain some relevancy. But since you don't have those games alongside the Steam Deck, you're hurting right now. You know, because a day goes by in this game industry is an opportunity missed. You know, and relevancy means a lot, man, in this game industry. So, you know, the Steam Deck right now got an uphill battle. You don't come out till February, but you're not in the news today. You know, what about tomorrow, Tuesday? What about Wednesday? What about Thursday? What about Friday that's coming? What about Saturday? What about the weekends? You know, yeah. So, yeah, you have to maintain some relevancy in this game industry, man. You know, and Half-Life 3 with Left 4 Dead 3 would have really helped. You know, would have helped you, like, would have really helped. But I'm not saying that. I will never say the Steam Deck is gonna fail or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that a day goes by as an opportunity missed, so you have to maintain some relevancy, meaning that you have to be in the video game news, you know, every day, you know, to claim your stake in this video game market, because that's what Sony and Nintendo and Microsoft, they battle about. You know, they battle over that stuff every day. You know, maintaining their claim, they're maintaining their claim and their position in this game industry. I'm not saying that Valve is chopped liver. No, what I'm saying is that they have to have something in the news every day to talk about. You know, to keep the Steam Deck on people's mind. You know, even though we're facing a pandemic, so Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, even though that they're well established, they're always in the gaming news. So Valve now with the Steam Deck, they have to have something to talk about daily. You know? Like, what new games do you have coming? You know, to maintain some relevancy in this video game market, man. It is competitive. It is competitive. It is competitive. And you know, they're battling over real estate. That's why you see Microsoft, they bought all those studios. You know, they did what they had to do because they realized the seriousness of this video game market. You know, you take one day for granted in this video game market, and it hurts you, man. So every opportunity counts. Every opportunity counts in this video game industry. So relevancy and you know, means a lot in the video game in video games. And the video game news is just the video game news is just real estate. That's all it is. You know, that's all it is. You know, PCs will always be in the news. PC get their games. You know, but Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they're battling for real estate, man. That's all they do. They're well established. They proved they are well established, and they got their real estate that they claim in this video game market. So Valve, on the other hand, you know, they have to maintain relevancy. You know, and I wish they would have had Left 4 Dead 3 and Half-Life 3 or Portal 2 or Portal 3 alongside the Steam Deck. Like, yeah, we got some games coming with this thing. We're not just coming out here empty-handed. You know, we're not just coming out here with just the Steam Deck alone. We got 3 games that's coming with it. 3 games that are well known. So 3 games is better than none. But the plus on the Steam Deck is that you can play 50,000 of the PC games. You know, that Steam has. You know, so relevancy. Video game news to a video game news to any console or handheld device is important, man. So Valve, Valve got this maintain relevancy. They have to stay. They have to be in the news at all time. They have to. So I know they're facing the pandemic, chip shortage, and going through it, but every day that goes by, man, every day that goes by in the video game news means something, man. It counts for something, so yeah. Video game news is real estate. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek playing for Dark Side. Go. Peace.